So, welcome everybody. This is the time when all of you must have resumed your preparation for Group 1 mains. As you know, it has been, it's like a never ending game. Uh, we have many postponements, deferments, and finally, now that the dates have been announced, the indications are that it will be done in November. The mains will be in November. So, the purpose of this is to address one of the most important aspects in the syllabus that gives you a lot of scoring, that is history of Andhra Pradesh, history and culture of Andhra Pradesh. Friends, as you know, history accounts for 100 marks in paper 2 of mains. First is Indian history, followed by the Andhra Pradesh history and culture, regional history. And if you see the preparation of students, if you have spoken to any of the candidates who had written earlier or whatever, generally the marks in history will be around 3 4. If you get 3 out of 10, it is like, it's a very disappointing thing. So generally people end up in getting 2.5, 2, 3 or whatever. This is because of two factors. In fact, you ask many of the students, they say history we are scoring not much less like that. But it is actually a very important thing that you can score up to 6 or 7 minimum, and if you are exceedingly done even beyond 7, 7.5 is also possible, because I know the trends of evaluation, how marks are done. So the purpose of this brief talk is to tell you how to score more in Andhra Pradesh history segment. Friends, generally we do have to remember that there is a lot of in-depth analysis is required in your answers of Andhra Pradesh history and culture. We have a comprehensive syllabus which covers ancient Andhra, then say for example medieval, then modern, medieval up to Qutub Shahis, then modern, then national movement, and of course the fifth one is bifurcation, AP bifurcation. So generally the answers, as we see I have a lot of students who have come to me even for test series apart from classes, offline classes. Now that we are online, it's a different thing. But I almost have 400 students who have joined me for the test series of some of the important subjects in our institute, history, economy, essay, S&T, like that. And as I evaluate different papers of different students who are not actually my students, they might have studied in different places or different institutions, different material. What I found is there is a lot of gaps in analysis, there is a lot of gaps in the information, first of all, then analysis. Speed of writing is also one issue. So can't we have a system where if there is a question on, for example, what is the importance of, what are the different theories about origin of Satavahanas, for example. Okay, how do we approach it? In 10 minutes, how much you can write? What should be the argument? So like that, when you are preparing also, you need to prepare exactly in the examination way, and also write in the examination related manner. That will give you a lot of marks. If you follow the proper information without repetitive, I have seen some materials also which are being followed by students. When they write, we automatically see the answer scripts. And see, for example, society is always the same. You write the same points for Shatavahana society, you write same points for Ichwakus, you write same for Vengi Chalukyas, you write same for Kakatiya Vijayanagara. How do you get marks? What you have to focus is incrementally what are the new things that are going to be there. What are the new aspects in each of the period that you tend to see? What is the difference between Satavahanas and Ichwakus? Broad framework of the society remains the same, but can we see any new things? That should be the focus. Okay, so a very comprehensive analysis. Similarly, for example, if you are reading Art and Architecture of Kakatiyas. Now, how do you begin? Kakatiya art and architecture is actually something that was built on Chalukyan architecture. Okay, Chalukyan architecture had the gridlock system, which is effectively implemented in the Kakatiyas also. And the importance to pillars and piles and all that is followed by Vijayanagara later. So Kakatiya art and architecture built on the basis of the Chalukyan architecture, and it has extended its own style. Now, what is the new style of Kakatiyas? Some of you will definitely know it is the Trikuta style of temples, okay, where we have Brahma, Vishnu and Surya. These are three temples that are there in each of the bigger style of Kakatiya temples. But at the same time, friends, for the first time, it was Kakatiyas who had started the practice of constructing the temples on a raised platform. If you have seen, say for example, Vijayanagara architecture, you know, this how pillars are done, that is related to Kakatiyas. I don't know how many of you have seen, whether you go to Ramappa temple or whether you go to Thousand Pillar temple, the temple is constructed on a raised platform. Constructing temples on a raised platform is the new architectural technique that was introduced by Kakatiyas, and you will be surprised to know it was also aped by Bahmani Sultanates. Kakatiyas preceded Bahmani Sultanate period in India, right? 1347, Hasan Gangu Bahman Shah was the founder of the Bahmani Empire. 1336, Vijayanagara Empire was founded by Haryar Rai and Bukaraya. So, the Kakatiya art and architectural traditions had profoundly influenced the South Indian art and architectural traditions, and even Lodis. When you see Lodis, they had also started the practice of constructing temples on a raised platform. So examples and analysis is the important thing that you need to see. Similarly, whether it is socio-religious reforms or whether it was Veerasingam Pantulu's efforts in modernizing Andhra society, you just need to have a better analysis, new points and in-depth presentation. So this is how you will have to prepare. Now the best thing is to do it, you start with the ancient Andhra, for example, whether whether it was the prehistoric Andhra Pradesh or whether it was origin of the Shatavahanas. Do you think Shatavahanas or Andhras? This kind of questions. Critically evaluate the various theories about the origin of Shatavahanas. Who are Andhras, for example? You will be surprised to know Andhras are actually belong to a tribe called Andhakas. They are an Aryan race who are supposed to be a sub-tribe of the Aryans who had come to India in 1500 BC from steppes in Central Asia. The original place where they had settled is Ajmer, which is in Rajasthan, and they branched out to two tribes after probably in the later Vedic age. After later Vedic age, as you might have read as part of your preparation, that Aitareya Brahmana talks about Andhras. Andhras are actually part of Mahabharata war, and they fought on the side of Kauravas. These details are there. So probably after later Vedic age, between 6th century BC, around 6, they branched out to two regions. One came via Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra to Andhra region via Telangana, the same route how we follow from Maharashtra to Vijayawada, all this they have come. Another branch of this Andhaka tribe had actually gone to Orissa, and from Kalinga they had come to Andhra from the coastal. So this is how Andhras were also called for a long time by many as Kalingus, right? Because they actually came from Kalinga. That is how they were called, but they were not natives of Kalinga. It's just a station for them to pass through. So we have two branches led by two kings. One is Andhra Mahavishnu, who was centered around Srikakulam in the Krishna district, and another king called Deepakarni, who was in this Telangana region, who had settled near Nizamabad and Bodhan or Pothan in those days. This is how they had come, and gradually the Satavahanas came. Okay, so friends, what I suggest is like this: you need to analyze in depth and understand. What I propose is that given the importance of Andhra history for getting your marks, because Indian history might have studied somewhere, now there are only 4 months. On the request of some of my students, we are doing an online batch for Andhra Pradesh history, which will be commencing in a couple of days, and we will cover all in the examination way, entire syllabus, and I will write on the board. It's a live class. It will be a live class, and you will also be able to access it. Once those who have joined formally, they will also be able to access the class after the class also. but it will be a live class where we can interact and do all that. So the purpose is to get you at least 6.5 to 7.5 marks in AP history segment in this course. And for example, if 5 questions you get 7, 35 questions you are already getting. So total out of 100 in history you get 7 each, 90, and geography part even if you get 15, you will be getting 85, 90, which is a very good score. Okay, I will also give you a very good material which is specially developed by me, not available outside where you get Xerox materials and all that. It's a specially lot of effort has been put in designing the material, writing the material, and that will also be provided to you as part of the classes. So friends, I wish some of you who require this can join formally, and the details are on my website, which is drsridharias.com. After the class you see the slide, the website name is also there, so you can actually call me to find out more details about the course. But this will be the most examination oriented and comprehensive course that will be covered in 45 days. Andhra Pradesh history and culture will be covered in 45 days with classes from Monday to Friday like a normal offline. We are a virtual classroom. In fact, I have created this where we'll go on having the classes. So having said that, this is July. So tentatively assuming that we start by Monday, which is 6th. Okay, July 6th. Then you will be able to complete by August 20th, something like that, which will give you a very good thing. I will also provide you some writing practice tips how to do that. Okay, so let's focus on 3 levels. One, first understanding the concept and the history intricacies of Andhra Pradesh history. Then second, what is the correct material to write, to use, how do you write an answer in 1.5 page in 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, and how do you actually present your thing. So conversion of class into examination paper on paper is very important. That will be taken care. So friends, I wish all of you, we are also giving a special COVID discount because there has been a lot of delay. So for the benefit of the students, we are reducing the fee by almost 40%, and that will be useful to you. And once you are my student, you will always be my student, so I am always accessible. We are the most student friendly. You can always call me, you can talk to me. Online I will also come live if you want to talk to me, though directly, though I am not Aishwarya Rai or Salman Khan to be seen always, but I am always available. So friends, we follow this approach, understand the syllabus properly, get the proper analysis, get the right material, expect what you will be getting in the examination. A proper diagnosis of the examination paper or what is the prediction is also very important. So I wish most of you will join me in this course, and also it will be very beneficial to you, I promise. So all the best. If you have any individual doubts, you may please call me on my institute mobile, which is given there. Okay, thank you very much.